where was I? What's it called? I was really into animation once I started doing those classes. That kind of just accessed a different part of my brain. Like I loved it so much that you would not be able to tell. You would think I hated it. It would just be something where like when I was like in like my zone, like loving it, I would just be like swearing out loud. I would just be trying to like figure out like because it's like I don't know like just the way you have to think is so like I don't know it changed like my brain. I really liked drawing classes because I had a really cool teacher that really has a brilliant mind, and that made me take wood sculpture with him instead of like I didn't take any like clay or pottery classes. I wanted to take metal work, but that would always get filled up the quickest, and like the last year or two wasn't really in person, so I couldn't really get that with the seniority. So, what am I talking about? I'm talking about inspirations. Yeah, so I think once I got into printmaking with like Intaglio, that kind of started to bring in the inspiration of like Bryant Giles and Johnny Sticky Note that helped with that. Even though I will say something I did that is bad, no good, not good at all. That I did. I will expose myself in this. I did do a master study of one of good old John's sticky note monsters, and I posted it, and I didn't put his name in it, and I deleted it like after, but I always felt guilty for that because I just didn't have his name attached to it. I just felt like people thought that was my work, but it wasn't. Yeah, I always felt guilty for that. So sorry if anybody thought that that guy holding the umbrella with heads falling was mine. It was not. And I'm coming clean. Coming clean right now. So what else? And I remember like there was someone that like commented once on like when I would post some of my like drawings when they did kind of I don't know. I don't see I can see like the resemblance, but I don't think it looks like it because I wouldn't like try and copy it. But someone like commented like, oh, like this looks like Ryan Giles, like, and I was like, yeah, it's because I'm inspired by him. It's not his work though. But yeah. I feel like there's somebody that I'm forgetting though. But yeah, mainly Da Vinci, then Bryant Giles, good old Johnny, Roger Balin, and then like probably like just like musicians. Like I really like connect with music. I like most people I'd be staring out the window like in my fields, but I would like come up with like a lot of like I don't know with like a lot of songs like in my head, like I visualize like my own music videos that are like really freaking cool, and a lot of them are like lyrical dances with like I don't know. It'd be cool to like work with like some really like classical like lyrical dancers and like cause I got some good moves in my head. So I just did that without. See, I'm actually getting pretty good at this. So if you could notice, I just took like 3 fingers to separate them, and then I'll do it on this side. This side is usually harder, but I'll take or like 2 fingers I guess to separate them. and then I'll grab them, I'll cross over the outermost ones, and then I'll kind of like pull that tight, like loop my finger, so I can like hook and grab that third one, and that's when I'll grab a little bit more hair with the next section, and that'll kind of grab stuff from the back too, so it'll puff up, so I'll try and like pull that down. And it's easier like the more brushed your hair is, I guess, because like you see how it's getting kind of like weird. And then I'll just pull that down and grab more and pull that down and grab more and pull that down. But yeah, so if I were to recommend anyone to go to college for art, I don't know if I would. I mean, I would if like you really want to like if there's like a good program where like you would be trying like a lot of different like art forms and art mediums. But I will say, like, if you want to go to art school to learn how to make art, it's gonna be tough. Like, I had already been practicing art for so long that I got to just kind of learn different mediums. But you have to put in that work in before you get there, which is tough because like there's not a lot of you have to put in like your own time for that. I remember I was pretty frustrated with in high school with one of my art teachers in the beginning because she had like pulled me to the side and she said that she was gonna grade me harder than everyone else to like push me. So like she was like, you're gonna see people get A's in this class that like your work like it's just I got like annoyed with that because I wanted to go to school for art, so it's like I needed my grades to be a certain way for that, like so I thought, but it's like really about your portfolio, and that's something when it's like when you're in college, like people would like I would put a lot into my projects because I in my head I was like, well, whatever I make here is my portfolio when I graduate. This is like my work. And it's gotta like stand on its own, not just like as like a homework. It's gotta or classwork. I put a lot into it, and that it's what you put in is what you get out. So I think that's why I'm still so passionate. I haven't lost any passion for my art. I've actually just kind of extended it to other people, which is really cool and inspiring, and kind of shocks me sometimes. But also it doesn't, because it's like I know how intense my love is, and I can channel that into art where it's like it's like you can channel love into people, but you never know what's going to be reciprocated, what's not. But art, art doesn't die. Painting isn't dead. So yeah, then I started, but yeah, then it's like once you kind of like learn all these mediums, you kind of learn how to kind of layer them all together. So it's like I like to incorporate like printmaking with animation, with photography. That's kind of what I did with my final project, because I had to kind of just do stuff on my own, which was kind of like a good like stepping stone, as much as like it sucked to like not be able to not have access to like studios and stuff. But yeah, I kind of just like started to understand like how I would like have my own practice within my own life without like access to like all these like institutional stuff, because I haven't been able to do printmaking because I don't have access to like a couple $1,000 press. One day I will. That'd be really cool. But that's in the future. And right now, it's like I have like my room where it's like that got me back into painting, because you can paint in a small space and not need much. Or you can do block printing and with linoleum and there's so many ways you can make art with little to nothing, because anything can be art. Um, and yeah, just kind of finding your own style. I've definitely found my own style like midway through college, because like you have to do so much technical stuff in the beginning that you can't really even do your own work. You have to do like still lives and realistic stuff, and it helps you get your style, because it's like I always, something I always knew with art was I wanted to learn the rules so I knew which ones I wanted to break, and that's just like how I feel. um, so that's why it's like I enjoy the colors I use. I enjoy like the distortions I do with like proportions, with shapes. Oh, another artist I really liked in high school was Cezanne. I really liked his work. Um, and obviously right now I do like a lot of Monet and like Mafra. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but their paintings. I do that for for work though. It's like there's like a pile of pieces that my student wants to like paint, and I'll just like kind of pick one, and so they kind of end up being like that. But yeah, I definitely did like Monet in high school. I really what I was inspired by him though was like in like impressionists and expressionists. Like I do enjoy those works, but um, what I really enjoyed was his garden, because it's something I'd want to do for myself. Like I really like the idea of like having like perennials, annual, like I don't know, it just like got me like kind of into like the idea of like planning planning a home. That's kind of what I was inspired by Monet for. And I gotta start getting ready because I'm gonna go get some canvases. And yeah, I really like Cezanne because one of my art teachers in high school, she left to have a baby, and this guy came in to like take over, and like he had gone to school for like he was really into color theory, and we had to do so much about that. So like those artists that just do the canvases with the different colors, I can't remember their names, but yeah, that definitely helped, as much as like I didn't really like I don't know, there's like with art, like when you're really pursuing it, you have to do so much work on stuff that's like just kind of like you just have to learn it. Like you just have to learn it so you can like do what you want later on. So it's definitely like a process, but it's worth it. Definitely worth it, and I have a lot more knowledge in my head about what I do and how I perceive art than I would if I was just doing my own thing. It definitely humbles your ego a lot, because yeah, because if like you talk to me or you talk to Alex, you'll get like two different kind of ideals about art, because he's just like self-taught. Like when we met, he did not make art. He made music, and he would just kind of watch me, like just kind of be in like my sketchbook and like just kind of be quiet and stuff, and like he just felt like he was like, what am I supposed to do? It's like because I would just like get lost in my stuff, and what's it called? So then there was one day, just woke up, and he just like had paints out, and he was painting on pants, and he was just like just trying it, and like it was awesome. And then from then on, like he's just been slowly like trying, and then it just kind of like exploded into his own thing. So his like experience with it is totally just unique to like him. Like he didn't have to go through like any type of traditional teaching. The only teaching he's had is just like things I've like thrown at him, but I try not to even like indulge in that, because I want him to just kind of figure out his own things, because it teaches me stuff too. just that kind of inner chaos kind of coming out, because I feel like my inner chaos becomes controlled because of everything I've learned. So it's I think it's cool, whether you're self-taught or not. I used to always wanted to just be self-taught because I thought that was more impressive or whatever. But you know, you learn stuff, and you have to give kudos to what you learn, and that's really important to be humble in that. What else can I say? Probably cold to have my wet hair, so I'll get my hat. Where is it? It's gone. It's gone, but it's here. Where? Here. Where? Where? Okay. Maybe I won't wear that. Maybe I'll just wear this. So it's kind of hot. I stood up too quick. But yeah, follow your dreams. that's I guess a good thing to say. And this definitely makes me not hear as much, but that's probably good. Wish I was wearing a collar under this, though. Maybe I'll do pink on pink. I didn't eat anything. Is it yogurt? I don't think it is. Yeah, I want a color. So, yeah, I think be inspired by whatever calls you. You don't have to be inspired, but what people tell you to. I think, take what you can from whatever someone's trying to teach you, because I think that you can take something away from anything. And it's good to know what you don't like, than know not what you don't like. It's like if you don't connect with something, you kind of already know that you don't connect with it, and then you might surprise yourself later on if you do. So yeah, like landscapes. Growing up, like, I wanted nothing to do with them. At all. Like, I like, it was a fear of mine to become like an old lady just by the sea painting paintings, like, because I just had a thing about it. But now, like, that's something that helps me survive right now. So it's kind of the universe will show you. Okay. Love, peace, bye.